Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Hope you guys are having a good time. Here we are on hex.com. Now in this video we're going to look at what's the best time for Ethereum fees. So you're wanting to buy Hex, sell Hex, stake Hex, unstake Hex, early unstake Hex, any of those type of activities. What is the best time? And so we're going to check a couple of those elements here. We're going to go to a couple of websites, and of course let's go. Hex.vision has a great place here, and of course all you have to do is go to the dashboard here and then go to gas prices. I'll leave the link in the video description as always. Now you can see the time filter. You can change the timeline prices, of course, with the filters over here, with these ellipses here, and of course you can see the average times over the last 30 days. The setup here. So we've got the current, the 30th here, all the way back here to the beginning of, or the end of September. So the 30th there. So it goes all the way through, and it can call, we're actually in a particularly high period at the moment. Obviously, it was better down here when we were back in the 50s, the 40s, 50s, and 70s, I guess, in here. And that was back on the 24th through to about the 23rd there. So definitely in a high period at the moment. Obviously, with the market prices going up as well, Bitcoin, ETH, etc. So take that into account. We've got the current gas price gauges down the bottom here. Fast is fast, average slow. You can actually refresh it up here. So it's a pretty good side. So there we are, 153. So it's still relatively high at the moment, and we haven't really had a low over the last day or two. We've only had, got down to 89 on the last. So it is particularly high, running through most of the week. And let's see here, yeah, most of the week. And we do have an awesome. I love these by hourly, and of course it has the 24 hours on the left and the date on below here. This is 30 days on the filter. Once again, you can change the filter with the ellipsis, and you've got the actual grey range here, which is brilliant. So 300, 3999. Sometimes it does go over 9992 on occasion. So it shows you the green is the cheapest time of the week. Now, a good range typically is, if you base it on UTC time, then the best time typically is between 1 and 3 a.m. and 9 and 11 p.m. So that's 1 and 3 a.m. and 9 and 11 p.m. So that's the time of day. That's typically the best. The other thing is that typically the weekends are best. So Sunday and Saturdays, and the reason for that is obviously a lot of people live in America, Europe, and some of Asia, and of course that has typically people working during the work week, and then of course when they're not working, they're off for the weekends. So Saturday and Sunday are typically good. So today is Sunday, obviously, but given the gas prices over the last wee while, plus the all-time kind of up in all-time high territory for Ethereum and Bitcoin, the gas prices are relatively high. But given the time of day, of course, we would expect those to go down in the evening. So this time of day might not be the best. So, but let's say probably another 7 hours, 9 hours from now, the gas prices might come down quite dramatically for a few hours. In any case, definitely something to look out for. So that's that. So hopefully that's helped with the time of the day of the week. And of course, let's have a check at a couple. This is on Etherscan itself, the Blockchain Explorer. Gives you a good update. You do have to refresh it. It does auto refresh, but it's good to refresh it if you want to see the prices there. Obviously, it's quite high at the moment. So it also gives you an ERC20 transfer on there, Uniswap trade, so as well, and a Uniswap add remove of liquidity. So it does have that. It also has the basic transfer, $17, $17.45, $18.35. Now remember, MetaMask gives you an indication. Typically, it's cheaper than the indication as well, not something like maybe 70, 75%, something like that of the indicator. The other thing here is ethereumprice.org, And of course, this has a pretty cool chart. It also has a time of the day, which is pretty neat. You can also see Sunday is pretty bad, not too bad, up in that range that I said, typically 9 to 11. And of course, Saturday, typically Saturday is too, but certainly not the last Saturday that we've had here. Cool. All right, so there's a nice average for the week. And there's nice definitions down here. If you're not familiar with how gas prices are worked out, you can check all that out too. That's pretty cool there. Let's quickly check over at another one. This is Gitcoin. It does have price charts, but it's a little bit slow to update. I think the gas guzzle is pretty good, so we might jump out of that one. All right, this one here is ETH gas station. Also has some cool stuff like gas burners and things like that on it. You can check out the leaderboard and the costs here. We'll jump over there, and of course, crypto.com has a nice little dashboard as well. You can check that out. There's many of them, by the way, but these are just some of them that you may have come across. So it's got swap here. It's got standard, slow, custom. You can play around with that. And of course, I guess the other thing is that you need to really just make sure that you get, you pick off the weekends typically, like I say, between 1 and 3 a.m. in the morning UTC time and 9 and 11 UTC typically the best. So if you don't need to do something immediately, you should try and pick off those times. That being said, of course, if the prices are pumping, then that may impact the price over the whole weekend, as we're seeing at the moment. It's kind of highly impacted. So we'll wait and see how we get on 7 8 hours from now, whether the gas prices do come down. Obviously, the cheaper the gas prices, the way different it's going to cost you to do swap transfers, and also stake, unstake, early unstake is going to be dramatically lower. At least until Pulse Chain comes, of course, that's going to be fantastic, or ETH 2.0, which we would expect later in 2022 as the expectation. So, but Pulse Chain, December, maybe at the latest January, February. We're all hoping for December because I think that's a very important time. But nevertheless, Pulse Chain will do fantastic things for at least for the Pulse ETH. But ETH 2.0 will still be required for Hex on the ETH chain. To lower those costs because of the S-load function, which means that you're looping through the calculations of profit every day. So that's kind of the way you think about that. And I think that was probably all I had to say for this. Hopefully there's a bit of a good guide for you, and hopefully you've will be able to use some of this information going forward. All right, feel free to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell, of course. I'll be doing the daily video in about 2 hours' time, and also probably another specialty topic as well, meaning to get around to some Pulse Chain videos and also a few more insightful Hex ones as well. So spread the word, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun and hopefully a lot of good information in this channel. Let's quickly check the Hex price while we're here, and we can see that it's still sitting at 21.5 cents, so it's holding up pretty well, folks. This is on the daily, of course, and this is, I think, the V2 pull on USDC. Very cool. You can see the purple trend line. That's the mega trend line. Support line there goes all the way back here. Just touches the bottom of these other parabolas, and we're still quite a far away from that. We've got the 200-day rolling average sitting about 17-18 cents, so that's looking really good, and we are tracking pretty similar to this general guide. That's what it is. Obviously, it's not meant to, the price meant to just hit that line all the time, but just a general guide where I think it will be going. And of course, there is a big whale out there that has been offloading for some time now. We'll see how that one goes. I think it's still got about 113 million hex around, but it may not fully unload that. We'll see how that goes. There is also some whales buying, so it's a bit of the battle of the whales there at the moment, but we'll see how the timing goes here. And of course, we do have these previous support lines here. So we've got a bit of convergence here, folks. So it's important that it does hold that 18-19 cent mark, but it seems to be doing okay so far. We'll watch that out for sure. Might get a little bit of rise here, bit of move around sideways here, sort of with a slight slant down. We'll see how we go, and then we probably do need some news about Pulse Chain around here, and then so we can start moving up this price curve here. Really is determinant on Pulse Chain at the stage, or some big whales deciding it's game on, either of those two. Very cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I will catch you later on today. Bye for now.